fantastic site that oh, I'm stuck in a pillar. Good spawn.
Very good shit.
I'm gonna submit this bug to Valve.
I just saw you as well.
Really interesting story on Twitch, being originally Justin TV, and they were like, wow, it seems like the gaming part is the only popular part of the site, so we're gonna make Twitch TV, and we're gonna get rid of Justin TV. Oh wait, people just want to stream their shit just talking about stuff. Because there used to be, back when the PS4 launched, there was this couple that hosted a talk show on Twitch, and Twitch banned them for quote-unquote not doing anything gaming related. It's like, oh, that's it, what our site is for. You have to have gameplay on your site. And now you don't have to have gameplay on their site. You can just talk.
Oh, you're jockey on him. Fuck this dude. I'm not gonna kill the jockey as well.
The most painful thing I've seen from DSP is the him doing the weird like boomer stream where he was sitting on his computer saying what he was typing out to the Google employee and just straight up lying to them.
Oh, I know what you...
My account was wrongfully terminated. I want that revoked.
And his chair shaking furiously.
Mm-hmm. It's like his tail wagging that he was excited.
That was a rarity to see Mr. Hoof.
Off the top. Wait, rarity to see what?
Mr. Hoof stuff streamed it. Oh, they're gone the other way. Oh shit.
Does he talk over it or just?
No. Just Dave.
Oh, yeah, Dark Dave was complaining.
He had 300 people watching, and he never normally streams. It's quite a lot.
Yeah, he was like, oh man, I dropped viewers because of Mr. Hot stuff starting.
Oh, wow. Yeah, but Dark Day's really late to the game. He's got a lot of competition. He is very late to stream. But, yeah. Theo doesn't stream much anymore. He used to just be Tevin and Theo. And then LSB came.
I watch Theo's non-VSP stuff.
I like Theo.
Yeah, Theo. Yeah.
Do a regular schedule. And then there's James, the Lesser Express Lane, does it sometime. Yeah.
I think. Tevin, the generous man that he was in streaming so that everybody else could collect their gold dust first, and then he's gonna do a video later.
Yeah.
Also, big ups to DSP not buying and playing through a fucking $30 game right now. Instead, waiting till like tomorrow and fucking getting day 2 views. Wolfenstein?
It's only $30.
Yeah. Because they want people to buy 2 copies of the game. Because it's a co-op game.
It's on Steam.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this teamwork, boys. It is nearly oversaturated. I mean, I talked to Lean a lot, and Lean has blown up because all the Wings detractors fucked off and died, and it left just Lean and Sean Rankin. He gets huge views because there's literally 2 of them. There was a third one, and he's quit recently as well. DSP, I see some really talented people do DSP content. There's Base Ozo, he's in all our Discord. He's got a really good voice, and his videos are actually really good.
Yeah,
but they don't get any views. Well, they don't get many views because it's such a really.
There is a lot of people.
I have watched him a couple of times. He's got a really.
This was the future that this is the future Secret Life was warning people about.
Oh my god, yeah, Secret Life. Are we still streaming? Are you still recording?
No shit.
I like it when we play and you're not recording me and Minecraft is not clipping racist.
We're streaming.
I know. That's why I kind of was audibly cringing there.
Wait, what did I do?
Well, it was about the fact that I was about to have.
I don't know his secret life is. End of story. I don't know.
It's fair enough. The weirdest thing is there's a god. I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna talk about detractor trauma.
We'll
Save that for the back pages.
Save that for detractors and cunts channel.
I'm looking for an adjective. Cunt.
Almighty.
we need to do another.
I'd like that. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I'd love to just do that and just watch random YouTube shit.
You see, the market that hasn't been exploited is anti-detractor content of making fun of the Spurgs in the community.
Yeah, we should do that. Do that. Watching pay pigs. Just watch pay pigs.
Let's suffer through LSB's weekend preview.
Oh no! No!
I'm fucking joking. I love LSB, man.
I'm gonna be
The fucking Codecast steals detractors. We're gonna use DSP's clout to use the detractor clout to make Codecast Steal famous as an anti-detractor. And then DSP will like him.
That's the true heterosexual side.
And
then he'll become the mod for sure.
Maybe it's all alone down there. He is! Oh no, he's with Bill. Oh, they were stuck in a room.
Yeah, Zoe's about to probably teleport.
Oh god, who's closer than I thought?
You seen that, like, that Twitch compilations of people getting banned for cheating, and there's this girl who's, like, literally showing her wall hack on screen, and then she gets banned, and then she denies it, like, oh, my friend was on the computer, and he was putting all this stuff on it, and I don't know what it was.
Yeah, she, like,
literally not even hiding the wall hack.
Becky,
literally.
you bitch! I told you
Yeah,
not to put
Becky.
that on there.
Oh my god, Becky. Like, oh my god, Becky is a bitch.
Oh man, I created a wall for the hunter.
Oh,
they can't get through. They want to stop
I'm
you,
the hunter.
but they can't get through me.
Nice one.
Oh my god.
They haven't killed me, they just let me jump back.
Repent now! Repent now! I know your mustache is cool! You scare me so bad!
Please get the one with the turn the freaking frogs gay. I can't remember what the start of it is, but like, I don't believe in something it turns the freaking frogs gay or something.
It was something.
Yeah, that is my. It's in TF2 in one of the maps I play. I hear it all the time. Oh no, they're running up.
It's like, I think compared to anybody else, there isn't anybody who makes like the same level of excrement as like DSP does on a regular basis.
Yeah.
No one, literally no one. People, I get it a lot when they're like, oh, we have a German DSP, check this guy out, or have you checked this guy out? But there is no one. There is, apparently there is a foreign one who's worse than DSP, but I haven't seen it. But I feel like DSP is his own species, to be honest. I don't think.
Because like you watch like LTG, you watch Wings or something like that, and for the most part they act like normal streamers up until they have their blow up moments or whatever. But it's not a frequent occurrence.
It's not like LTG gets mad, but he doesn't sit there fucking talking about bills and fucking shit all day, does he?
Not to mention not lying every other word.
And not being terrible at games that he plays most of the time.
Yeah, exactly. And then Wings is a hell of a... Wings was funny because he just raged and got on a mood. That's why Wings
Wings also just does not like. Oh, he doesn't really have a filter in what he says.
Insert clip.
Yeah.
Insert sound clip. Dave,
But the other thing
Racism
about
don't
like,
bother me. I was brought up to be a racist. I was raised by my grandparents, and they were old heads, and you know, they use terms like nigger with an R and stuff like that.
Jesus
And
Christ.
we had a dog named Nigger.
we had a dog. I used to
Ducky
smack
was
that
trying
bit.
But the
Drop
other
the
thing
end.
is that fucking LTG is so protective too. Like you mention him, he will try to like get your shit taken down.
Oh yeah. I like your name for his channel, Ducky. LGG will flag your ass or whatever.
My what?
not-
Oh yeah,
It's
that
not
was-
wrong.
Because he said, I made a video on it. He said, like, if you copy my shit, I will flag. And he did it with Memology. Like, this government strike.
I mean, I think he flagged or striked Tevin for having an LTG video in a tab on a restream.
Really? Tevin
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
touch it.
what
He says it.
LTG talks about. Like, sorry, Tevin talked about it, where he was like, "Yeah, I had an LTG video in a tab. One of his fans saw it and then just flagged it."
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
He has so many fucking mods, too. Like,
I know. What the hell?
And they actually like him, unlike DSP.
Yeah, they're not like trolls. They're like, I don't. Yeah. It's a whole new ball game.
But I think as far as like proper entertainment, I actually do think LTG is a lot more properly entertaining than DSP.
He would be a lot easier to edit, to be honest. I'd love to edit LTG because you literally just.
you have your channel deleted immediately.
Yeah, true.
You don't have to make videos if I get removed from the internet.
DSP is complex. You'll go on a fucking tangent and then you'll remember
Oh my god.
contradictions and all that.
Ask the King, where someone asks him a question, he goes on a fucking like 3-hour derail.
Yeah.
Forgets to answer the question,
oh,
and then
Like this fucking bullshit about you control the length of the pre-stream. Said no, because you can't fucking answer a simple question without going on and on. And he repeats himself so much in the same question. He answers the same question like 4 times over.
it was really bad in the Ask the King. Because he picks the questions, like he picks which ones he wants to answer. He picks 2 questions that ask more or less the same thing in a row.
Yeah,
So he doesn't
exactly.
say repeating my point. He re-explains it.
I don't remember which streams they were, but where it was a Begathon, I think, where he would literally say, yeah, I'm not going to take the bait. And then, like, literally 30 seconds later, he's ranting for 5 minutes about the bait. Like, are you fucking serious, guy?
Shot into the wall instead of the. Oh, that was a golden opportunity to murder them all. Ah, Lewis, go away, Lewis. Hey Dave. You put on a bit of weight there.
Not really.
This game fucking sucks.
Fuck it, next game.
You are a
And there were some blatant there were questions that were blatantly bait that he like answered earnestly. Like the 2 questions were asked by somebody with the name like I don't like what is it? We don't stream games or something like that. Like if that's a username, I'm fairly certain that's a troll. Because that was I think the username on the forum when they asked him the question. Like
What's that fish? Wait, oh no, that was an arm. That was a fucking like catfish on the bed. Fuck.
Oh, nice. Damn.
yeah. God. What was it? God, there was this really good bait question about like, hey DSP, I'm 19 years old and disillusioned by video games or something like that. And he like goes on and it turns into this tirade about like $60 games or something like that. And he's like, well,
What?
if the game, if there's a AAA game with DLC, I'm going to take a stand and not play it. And it's like,
Okay.
what about indie games? Why not just play indie games?
Oh, you missed him. I'm waiting for you to get him so I can
Yeah, they got out of range.
teamwork and
I got Bill though.
good stuff. I'm gonna hide here so they will come.
Oh, didn't
Oh,
drag
they
it. That spitter bot.
I always spray once with Boomer and then just go and punch him until I die. I never wait for it to...
Yeah, it's too long and you can just like bomb yourself. Oh my god, DSP was complaining about video games having DLC and stuff. It was...
He's played like more DLC than anyone I know. It's like the king of DLC, isn't he?
But he was talking about like, oh, I'm glad that there's good studios out there like Sony Santa Monica who are willing to provide users with a robust single-player experience like God of War. And it's like, you're right, but at the same time, you know that there's like more games that don't cost $60 in the world. Like he was like, oh, whatever happened to the BioShocks of the world? And I'm like, yeah, none of those games have ever sold well. That's why they don't exist anymore.
I thought the first BioShock did fairly well.
I think relative to the budget, the first one did well, but Infinite did not do well compared to its budget.
Yeah.
But that was more because they like remade Infinite like 2 or 3 times in the course of development.
Development hell is a hell of a drug.
But it's like pretty much the story is pretty much any immersive shooter has commercially not been all that successful relative to the cost of making them. So like Deus Ex, the BioShock games, System Shock games, Prey.
I think the Shock series of games.
Yeah, you could say that. It's like because the amount of effort to build those games versus like how many people play them. Despite the fact that like critics love those games, they just don't get the audience.
Oh, we got him, boys.
Until like someone with a pistol shoots them. Nope, we got it.
How were the reviews for Youngblood?
I don't know. I'm not all that interested. The intern in my office was like, he bought it at lunch. Like he's like, I'm fucking ready for this. I don't know.
Wow, I only had 355. That was not impressive.
Go, 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 go. You go, McFist. Go, fucking butt fuck, farts. Go, go, go.
PC's a 77 on Metacritic.
Okay, no, it's not too bad for $30.
I mean, I heard New Colossus is kind of like it was kind of mixed because it didn't have like the balls to the wall action of Doom, and it didn't really feel like it knew what it wanted to do in the same way that Doom did. But it's not a major id game or something, so.
Where you gonna come? Oh, nice. Whoa, just flew him up to the ceiling.
Oh, fuck, Phil. Gouty, dick farts.
Alright, they're ignoring Lewis right now. Oh, no, she TP'd.
Because he's black.
No.
Oh. Zoe TP'd to Lewis to save him, and then TP'd away to save Bill.
What the hell? That's
Lewis isn't shooting.
hacking! Some serious...
Oh, but they got themselves. Rip.
Got themselves in boomer juice.
Fucking Monster Zero. I
haven't had sex in ages.
6 and 8. I like the laugh at the end because it's kind of like she's like
She knows what her future holds.
Oh, yeah. Which is absolutely 0-6.
Oh my god. I kind of do believe that there's some kind of a fine dumb relationship going on between Cat and DSP. But I'm also one of the people who believes that she's pregnant, so I can't make up my mind.
I was convinced for a long time that she was just a lodger and it was some kind of agreement, like, to live there. It was like, I don't know, it was all a bit...
I'm interested to see what his announcement will be for the August thing.
Oh, did he say he's announcing something?
What do you
He
mean?
said he has some good news for August.
Oh, it's gonna be the baby reveal stream.
No, he said it's not a kid.
Yeah, just like how he said he's not getting married, and then that's what turned me into like a full-time detractor.
Good news for August. When does he ever have good news? And it's always something to do with money.
Anything that he says for all of us means exclusively him.
Yeah, it's like...
Well,
Good
I'll have
news,
to beg
It,
little
like-
less, just a little.
Hey guys, I think we're almost there.
Sorry, at the end of his stream, someone was asking about like what game he really wants to do, and he's like, "Oh man, I've got the craving to play Final Fantasy VI on my stream." And then people were like, "Oh, do you want to play the enhanced version for the GBA?" And he's like, "Yeah, I do. I heard it's really, really good, but I don't know if there's like a way to emulate it."